Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. It's a pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex, it's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun, basketball's a great day.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday night NBL action between the Augusta Mountaineers and the Go Media Jets. We are here at the TSB Stadium in New Plymouth. My name is Brendan Baxter alongside basketball legend Darren Shaw. Darren is Jets team full of young faces and just got off the mark last week with their first win and in the last round. So, I mean, what do you make of this Jets team who have been out of the league for a couple of years and now back in it? What do you see from them so far?
Well, certainly after speaking with the coach, he continued to focus on the process, and we've heard that through the Philadelphia 76ers, so it's become a bit of a buzzword in the NBA, but I suppose what he's alluding to is a rebuilding and allowing his young guys, giving them confidence, and he spoke about not mentioning wins. So I think by not mentioning the wins or losses and focusing on how they're playing, focusing on running their offense, focusing on playing defense, I think it will help the young fellas in terms of taking the pressure off. And then obviously growing from there. But they had a great win last week. Obviously it was a high-scoring game, so it'll be great to see what happens tonight. But looking forward to watching them and watching the process.
We would like to thank our NBL sponsors for this year's league, Sal's Authentic, New York Pizza, the TAB, and Molten for the real game. Earlier we spoke to both coaches from the teams, and let's go down to what we talked about with Trent Adams from the Taranaki Mountaineers.
Here with Coach Trent Adams from the Mountaineers. Last week, Coach, another exciting game, overtime. Can you talk to us a little bit about the bench? We thought they came in and did really well.
Yeah, a couple of injuries last week which left us a little bit short-handed, and we thought the young players, especially Richie and Thane, did an outstanding job of stepping in and really owning the minutes that they played. We think the high IQ players, and they really showed as far as their decision making, and they really contributed to the team. Great energy, but great decision making as well for such young players.
You touched on it, the injury situation. Can you tell us what this week's been like and what the expectations are tonight regarding who's available?
Yeah, we still have a few injuries in camp. Alonso's come up well now with his groin, so that sort of got better. Roger picked up an injury in the game, so he's out with a knee injury. Houston's still out as well. So, yeah, down on numbers, and we just got to make the best of the situation and sort of go from there.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
And that was Trent Adams from the Augusta Mountaineers. Talked a little bit about his big bench production in the last game, and it was certainly good to see those guys step up in what was a tough team with a few injuries for the years. What did you see from that game as we did it live stream last week?
Well, it was exciting, and we were sitting there wondering what was wrong with Alonso.
Yeah.
And I think we even noticed, but we didn't discuss it, that Roger got a little bit of a knock on his knee from the opposition. But it was a time for the young fellas where they were forced into a position to play some quality minutes, and I think we all felt they came through really well, and they can bank those minutes, but at the end of the day, moral victories and things of that nature can wear a little thin.
Yep,
and you know, we're expecting a win tonight.
And we'll go down now to Coach Tim McTamaney.
Hey, welcome Coach Tim to Taranaki. The Manawatu Jets, exciting win last week. Can you talk to us a little bit about your young team? Because I do know this is a building phase, and I really admire what you guys are trying to do.
Thanks. We see it as a project. You know, we're trying to build a core group of locals that we can rely on the future, and we figured it would take 2 or 3 years to get them NBL ready, but some of them have come along a lot quicker than we expected. So we've been really surprised and really quite pleased with what's going on.
So can you talk to us about your expectations for tonight and what are some of the key matchups you're seeing?
Yeah, for us it's the process. We're not too concerned about talking about wins and losses. We just want to take care of what we do first, make sure we do a good job with that. Matchups are obviously a critical part of the NBL, but for young guys, we try and look at it holistically, you know. So we'll look at the matchups, but we don't perhaps focus on them quite as much with these guys as we would with an experienced team. It's just about us doing what we do and doing it well and playing hard. No, you're right.
I like it, Coach. Good luck. Okay, thank you.
Well, speaking of the process, I think this Jets team has, I think it was heard that 5 players 18 years or younger, so which is not really heard of in NBL league.
No, to have 5 players that are 18 years old, I haven't heard of that really, and I'm not quite sure how much each of them play, but they've got to take advantage of this. And I think what Coach Tim was alluding to was that focusing on the process, he's trying to encourage his young fellas to focus on each play. Don't get too tight. Be relaxed. Go out there and play basketball, but at the same time, you know, their natural competitive juices needs to come out and fire.
Well, last week the Manawatu Jets got off the shrine, so to speak, in a game against the Super City Rangers, and a very high-scoring game between the two teams, and a couple of players for the Jets, Corral Iverson and Deshaun Knight, had very big games for their teams. Grant Iverson had 36 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 steals, which is a fantastic stat line, I guess you could say.
Well, it almost sounds like a LeBron James stat line, and when you score, I suppose, what was 124 to 120 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Someone's going to certainly put up some big numbers, but take nothing away from the Jets. That's a great win for them. I'm sure it's going to give them some confidence, and let's hope tonight our Airs boys come out and they play well. Now, I'm sorry, I am a little bit biased, but I'm going to be as even keel as I can possibly be.
The team list for the Augusta Taranaki Mountaineers: number 0, Roger Woods; number 1, Oscar Robertson; number 2, Richie Roger; number 5, Xavier Shaw; number 7, Houston O'Reilly; number 10, Dame Brooks; number 11, Xavier Smith; number 13, Joe Reddish; number 14, Alonzo Burden; number 15, Javonte Douglas; number 20, Thane O'Leary; and number 24, Latrell Tico Wall, rounding out with the head coach, Trent Adams. So we go to the Go Media Jets. Number 5, Ben Valentine; number 7, Theo Johnson; number 11, Oscar Oswald; number 12, Deshaun Knight; number 14, Ranganemia Mita; number 15, Daryl Jones; number 21, Jake McKinley; number 22, Hayes Walker; number 23, Cullen McRae; number 24, Brandon Lucas; number 33, Karan Iverson; and number 55, Cade Muru.
Cade Muru. All right.
All right, the last game for the Taranaki Mountaineers we saw here on live stream Sunday afternoon, and we talked a little bit about the impact of the bench. Obviously, with one starter out, the starting point guard, Houston O'Reilly, we saw Richie Roger for the Taranaki Mountaineers step up and produce good minutes and very good energy and a great game overall for the young man. And so what do you, so again, Houston will be out tonight. So again, the opportunity is there for him to step up and help lead this team to a victory.
Well, I think he's got the confidence under his belt. I was surprised last week, and I think we spoke about it briefly, but I thought Sparky Dickel would have attacked us more on defense in terms of making our guards turn a little more. But it played off into our hands to some extent, and I thought he got some real good minutes under his belt, hit some nice shots. I thought he really stepped up and performed, so that was great to see.
Yeah, and sort of a tough spot for the Mountaineers. There was a definite lack of rebounding. I think the Canary Rams had around 19 offensive boards. They got a lot of those 50-50 balls that are so important for winning games, and that was probably a big factor in the deciding win-loss for the Ears.
Well, possession's everything, and we talked about you play great defence. Well, it doesn't stop until you secure the rebound. And when you're giving up offensive rebounds, it just puts a lot of pressure on you, and it's a dagger. It's like a dagger in the back. So they just need to get on the boards, be more committed, and hold on to it.
For the Go Media Jets, Deshaun Knight out of Illinois State, averaging 25 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 5.8 rebounds, and shoots around 40% from the field. Him and Iverson take the bulk of the scoring load for this team. What do the Mountaineers need to do when you've got two big scorers like that? What do they need to do defensively to shut them down?
I'm certain Trent and Dave and the coaching team have got a defensive plan worked out. I mean, we've got to go after those guys defensively and make some other kids step up and just make adjustments. But we've got to stay on them, put pressure on them, and I'm sure they're going to double team them when needed.
We are just seconds away from tip-off here tonight. The Taranaki Mountaineers versus the Manawatu Jets. For the Taranaki Mountaineers, Javonte Douglas had a reasonably quiet game last week. Is averaging 24.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game. But the shooting stats for him, 56% from the field and 52% from the three-point line.
I just think last week it was towards he got the ball taken off him a couple of times, and that hurt us. But I'm pretty confident that he's going to have a big game tonight. With Roger Woods out, a little more burden falls upon all the team members again to step up.
For the Taranaki Mountaineers, Thane O'Leary will be starting in the place of Roger Woods, and Richie Roger will be starting in place of Houston O'Reilly, alongside Alonzo Burden, Xavier Smith, and Javonte Douglas.
Yeah, and I think Thane's the perfect person to step in at this time. He's a real great complementary player, so I'm looking for big things out of him. Let's go the Airs. Let's have a good game.
As the Mountaineers will take control of the first position of the game. Douglas with the ball out top. He is guarded by Brandon Lucas for the Jets, one of the imports.
Looks like they're running their sets.
Inside to Smith as he will try and make a move. Unable to hit, but the offensive rebound by Douglas goes back to Smith. Then a tussle with Ben Valentine, and the Mountaineers will keep the ball.
I think Javonte's just got to go up strong, get that rebound, go back up.
10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Airs as Smith will take a three, unable to hit. Valentine had the rebound but was fouled by Douglas.
Wow. I thought that was a good play. I thought he came on the inside and I didn't see him go over the back.
Jake McKinley.
But it's the call and we'll live with it.
Yeah. Jake McKinley starting with the starting for the Jets alongside Valentine, and the three imports, Iverson, Knight, and Lucas.
Yes, we've got to get on the boards.
Knight with the early jumper for the Jets, unable to make it. He is with the ball. As you see them go straight into the motion offense, backdoor cut by Alonzo Burden. As we see him come back to the ball. Smith hands it on to Javonte. Thane with the ball at the top. Into Richie Rogers' hands, who misses a three. And again, Javonte on the offensive boards. And again, he is called for the foul. Two early quick ones.
That's going to hurt
Javonte.
us. Yes. So he's going to have to go to the bench. I mean, Javonte's looking to be aggressive. He's going to the boards. I think they're going to let us play.
Dane Brooks will come on for him. Early sub for Javonte.
So it's great having Dano back. I think he'll bring a lot of intensity. His defense, just his raw hustle. And I think he can pick this team up.
Iverson with Smith on him as he takes a turnaround jumper and blocked by Smith.
Xavier Smith can lead the league in block shots.
He got two timely ones last week against the Rams.
He made two great blocks. And
Thane with the ball slips. Smith with the ball out the top, gives it to Burden, who drives baseline.
Go strong.
Unable to convert there. Knight with the ball on the fast break. He looks to go, drives right at Dane Brooks and makes the tough layup. Here's with the ball, Rogers.
First points on the board.
Swings it across to Thane. O'Leary. Hands it back to Rogers, who makes gives it right back to the Jets, who go back on the run. Knight with the ball now, guarded by Richie.
It's quite a predictable pass. He's going to have to just improve in that area.
Backdoor cut by Lucas, who finishes with the layup. Nice little backdoor play there.
Yeah, the Jets
by
look like they're running some nice sets. Not forcing anything.
Burden with the ball out of the top. Hands it off to Smith. Give and go action here for the Mountaineers. Dane Brooks looks to take Iverson one-on-one. Shoots a fadeaway jumper, airballs it. Valentine with the rebound as the Jets get on the fast break. Knight with the ball again.
We're looking a little bit out of rhythm at the moment, the Mountaineers.
Lucas looks to drive baseline against Stone.
Jets making the extra pass.
Yeah, Jets swinging the ball nicely as Knight shoots the three. And Valentine is what he does very well, the offensive
what was
boards.
happening last week, just not getting those loose balls, those 50-50 balls. But well done by Valentine.
Interesting call there from the referee as they call a block and foul on the screen, legal screen.
So I know they've got some new interpretations on a couple of rules, so let's see how that goes tonight.
Dane Brooks with the ball out
I
the
didn't
top.
read the memo, however, so I'm not quite sure what the changes are.
Smith pops out to receive the catch, takes Valentine one-on-one. Nice little spin move, airballs it. Iverson comes away with it.
Iverson certainly looks like a tidy player.
He takes Dane one-on-one, unable to hit the jumper, and Valentine will be called for the foul.
And my understanding is that Iverson's a cousin, a relation to
The great
NBA Hall of Fame, and one of the greats, Mr. Allen Iverson.
Absolutely. The answer.
Let's hope he's tuning in, eh? Let's hope he's tuning in.
Let's hope so.
Supporting his cousin. He'd certainly be able to tell us about the process.
If Allen Iverson is the answer, Khalil might be the question.
Yes, well, that's right.
Dane Brooks with the ball, pick and roll action with Thane O'Leary. Dane will shoot the three-pointer and knocks it down. Dane Brooks not really known for his shooting.
He's certainly come in looking for a shot, or looking for a creating an opportunity.
Knight with the ball. You see Knight in a lot of pick and rolls, and he loves this sort of mid-range game as he misses that one off the backboard.
Run on the floor.
Alonzo Burden swings it across to Richie. Gives the ball to Dane, who drives baseline. Nice little Euro step there, and again, Dane Brooks. Nice move there.
Nice move. He's got that quickness, pump fake, took a baseline. Nice move.
Brandon Knight with the ball. Cullen McRae in the game for Ben Valentine. And the offensive rebound again for the Jets.
Too easy.
Turnaround jumper there from Jake McKinley.
Obviously, when you're making those deep rotations, sometimes you get caught in a difficult defensive rebounding position. But we need to get those boards.
He is unable to convert on that high-low action. Turn the ball over as Knight will try and take it coast to coast. Nice little pull-up jumper there.
Nice little pull-up
by McKinley, and
pump
unable
fake,
to
one
hit.
dribble. See the in-between game now. Not sure where we're going with the in-between game. I just noticed in the NBA they all
Kind of
seem
a
to
lost
shoot
art now.
threes.
Yeah.
Threes or driving to the rack, kicking it out. So
Thane O'Leary, and another air ball for the Mountaineers.
we haven't found our rhythm yet. We're hanging in there.
As Iverson
Good
almost goes
defense.
coast to coast. Challenged at the rim
Good
by Thane
defense.
O'Leary. And a nice little drop down pass there. Richie Rogers to Smith. Hard to airball a dunk. 7-6 here in the early game.
Yeah, I suppose if the shots aren't falling, dunk it.
Oh, he gives it back to Lucas for the 3, unable to hit, and Iverson with the offensive board puts it back in.
Is that offensive rebound we're talking about? Good rebound.
Lonzo Burden.
Iverson. So Iverson certainly looks like an all-round player.
Most definitely. Burden coming off, driving baseline, kicks it out. Dane O'Leary drives to the hoop, hands it off to Smith, shoots a 3. Again, not pretty off the rim as the Jets come away with it. Brandon Knight with the ball, throws it inside to Cullen McRae. Left-hander, shoots the rolling hook, unable to hit.
A little left hook. He's a big boy.
Young fellow out of Palmerston North
He's a
Boys
big
High
kid.
School as Dane Brooks gets to the rim again. Dane O'Leary with the offensive board, unable to hit. Brandon Knight away with it, puts the Jets on.
Yeah, good D by young Richie.
Knight with the ball gets right to the rim and is fouled by Smith.
That foul.
He will shoot 2.
So that's his first foul for Smith.
His first. Deshaun Knight out of Illinois State, averaging 25 a game.
So we've got an all-Kiwi lineup, all local lineup here, so that'll be interesting.
Xavier Shaw into the game for Smith.
3, 2, 1, Avalanche.
Joe Reddish in for Richie Rogers.
And Joe Reddish, what do we know about Joe Reddish?
Joe Reddish was came from St. Kentigans in the Auckland area.
Okay.
Young man, very, very skilled player.
Running our dribble handoffs.
Reddish with the ball, looks to go baseline, hands it back to Dane O'Leary, mid-range 2. Again off the mark, and the minute 2 unable to clean up the boards there, and the Mountaineers take it on the baseline.
Let's see what play they're going to run out of here. If they're going to look to score, or just look to get the ball inbounds.
Manoa 2, as you see many teams do a lot of the time on baseline out of bounds, will set up in a zone
Set
defense.
up in a zone, give them a different look. And a 2-3, are they staying in a 2-3?
Mita
Pop back into
defending
a man.
Alonzo Burden, nice drive to the hoop, blocked by Cullen McRae, but there will be a foul. Tough call there on the big young 7-footer, number 23 for the Manawatu Jets.
Yeah, he'll learn as he gets more experience just to keep vertical, keep his hand straight up, jump straight up. But good take by Alonzo.
Alonzo Burden will go to the line for the Mountaineers. Tough game last week, got injured around about half time for the Ears during that game.
Yeah, I believe he tweaked a groin or something of that nature, and it certainly hurt us.
Able to go tonight, averaging 11.8 points per game and 4.2 rebounds for a season so far, 44% from the field.
Certainly a young season.
Jets up by 2, just over 2 minutes left here in the first quarter as Lucas travels for the immediate Jets.
Oh, we'll take that travel.
7 Theo Johnson comes in for him.
It appeared he was so open, he must have just took an extra 2 steps.
Resch will bring the ball up for the Ears. Gives it to Xavier Shaw. Plays 2-man game with Dane Brooks. Smith out the top. Back to Reddish. Now Alonzo Burden with the ball. Screen by Xavier Shaw. Dane Brooks ends up with it. Tries to go Reddish with the ball. Drives baseline, little jumper. Front rim. Just with the ball out. Hayes Walker gives it to Iverson. Looks to attack the rim.
Good
and they
defense.
follow up. Cullen McRae and Iverson were both there for that offensive tip.
Well, they both went for the block or went to contest a shot, and that's what happens. You're open for a potential offensive tip.
Nice drive there by Xavier Shaw, unable to hit the layup.
He's got to convert it on that.
Iverson will bring the ball up, finds Cullen McRae running the floor. See,
Going for that left
nice
hook.
little turnaround hook.
The
by
left
big
hook.
man.
Is it coming back? The left-hand hook.
It is tonight anyway.
It is tonight.
14-8 to the Manawatu Jets. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Shaw with the ball out the top. Smith flashes to the high post. Goes one-on-one with Iverson. Turnaround jumper, unable to hit. Mountaineers not off to a good start shooting the ball as Hayes Walker takes it. The left-hander kicks it out to number 14, Mita.
So the Jets are certainly finding a rhythm.
As the Mountaineers call timeout, 40 seconds left in the quarter. Jets up to an early lead, 17-8. Have they been the more aggressive team, especially on the offensive
Yeah,
boards?
well, they're certainly running their sets. It looks like they're in a good rhythm. It appears the Airs are just lacking their rhythm at the moment, and it's still early. My understanding is they were down a little in the first game and then made a comeback. We've just got to capitalise. Frustrating times for coaches. You know, Coach McKean once told me that no one on the team ever likes the coach. For a start, you've got 5 guys on the bench, so the 2 at the end of the bench don't like the coach. They never get to play at all.
Yes.
The 3 guys who get in the rotation, 2 don't like the coach because they're not the 6th man. The 6th man don't like the coach because he's not starting. Now, out of the starters, you've got 2 who aren't really allowed to shoot and meant to do all the little things, defensive, rebound, play D. They don't like the coach. They think they need to shoot more. And then out of the 3 shooters, well, the third shooter that thinks he needs to shoot more. The second shooter thinks he needs to shoot more than the first shooter. So they don't like the coach. And the superstar don't like the coach. You know why? Because he thinks he's underpaid. So coaching can be a frustrating profession or a frustrating job to have. And certainly at this level.
As the Airs look to get on track. So far, have not shot the ball so well. Lonzo Burden, one-on-one. So they go inside to Smith. Looks to go baseline, spins back into the middle. Good D there by Iverson as he cleans up the rebound. Jets do have the last shot, but they will take an early one as Iverson.
I mean, Iverson certainly looks like he's getting the rebound. He's taking the length of the floor and scoring. Looks like they're putting a bit of pressure on.
Dame Brooks, nice drive to the basket and a foul.
Great take by Dame.
Dame Brooks, who's had a couple of games off due to a sickness, has come on and give the Mountaineers some good minutes with early foul trouble for Javonte Douglas.
He's an outstanding athlete, Dane, and he's got a huge motor on him. He just keeps going and going and going.
As the Jets, wow, sneaky one there at the end of the
It looked
quarter.
like that might have been a set play. He took it out quick, and
that one's a coach killer, I think.
Yeah, they are.
As the Go Media Jets 21, Taranaki Mountaineers 11. As the Mountaineers were looking to get back on track, they just gave up an easy one there at the end of that quarter.
They did give up an easy one.
Well,
I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure what Coach Trent will be trying to draw up, trying to get his players back into the game. Maybe just got to do little things, get some offensive rebounds. Looks like at times they just haven't found their rhythm. What sort of stats are we looking at?
Well, Dame Brooks had a good job coming off the bench. 8 points, 3 of 5 shooting. Made his free throw as well, along with 2 rebounds. So, yeah, good
It's
job
really
for
been
him.
Dane. Dane's
Good
really
job for
carried
him
us.
coming off. And Karian Iverson for the Manawatu Jets, 6 points, 3 of 8 shooting. 6 rebounds already in that first quarter for him, as well as 2 assists. And a nice little balance for the Manawatu Jets. Deshaun Knight with 1 of 4 shooting. Mita came off the bench and hit a nice 3 as well. So you know, Go Media Jets must be happy with the start so far, being aggressive on the offensive end and able to get a few offensive boards too.
Well, I'm sure Coach Tim is sitting there saying, trust the process, trust the process.
Already 17 rebounds already for the Go Media Jets versus 9 for the Taranaki Mountaineers. They'll be looking for a spark to sort of ignite them, I would say. Just looking a little bit flat body language wise at the moment. Sometimes these Thursday games, you know, can be quite tough for players.
I think they've had a difficult week. I'm not sure they've been able to prepare like they normally would due to the injuries.
Yeah.
But now they need to come out and play with a bit more intensity, which is what I'm certain they'll do right now. Brendan,
they will come on with Xavier Smith, Thane O'Leary, Javonte Douglas, Richie Roger and Dane Brooks.
So I think they come on and start picking it up. Get some steals, get some easy layups.
Cray with the ball, he will hand it off to Knight, switched on with Thane O'Leary. Tries to take a one-on-one dribble, pull up for him, airballs it. Javonte Douglas will grab the rebound. And the Mountaineers.
So Javonte's got to be smart here. He's picked up 2 early fouls from trying to be aggressive. So I'm not sure the calls were fantastic.
Dane Brooks with a 3, can't hit. Jets on the run. Knight with the ball. And number 7, Theo Johnson, unable to hit that 3. And transition, Douglas with the ball. Tough shot, unable to hit.
A tough shot. I think not the greatest shot to take.
And again, the Jets just outrunning their ears. Theo Johnson able to get past
It wasn't
Douglas.
necessarily the greatest shot to take, and they've gone ahead and capitalised with a quick layup. So the Jets, look, they're playing well.
So Rogers with the ball here. A nice little layup over 2 for him, who had a great game last Sunday, I should say, for the Ears. Looking to repeat that tonight against the Jets. 3 for Meter doesn't hit. Javonte Douglas with the rebound, he will take it up himself. Just over aggressive there, Meter was against Douglas.
Just got to find our rhythm, get into our sets. Just ride it out. As we talked about last week, games are flows. And right now the flow's not with the Airs.
10-point lead for the Jets. Lucas will come back into the game. He's the one guarding Javonte Douglas. Thane O'Leary pops out for the catch. Smith with the ball at the top. Shoots the 3 and knocks it down.
I mean, he's certainly, we were watching him a shooter out. He's certainly been practicing that shot. He's got a nice little touch there.
Did get into foul trouble against the Canterbury Rams, but when he got on in that last part of that 4th quarter, hit 2 big shots. They got 2 big blocks.
Yes. So it made a real impact on the game.
Iverson isolated against Douglas, who's looking to go in and get in his 3rd foul. Douglas able to get the rebound, pushes it himself.
Well, I think that's a good tactic on behalf of the Jets. You know, really attack. Javonte, go at him.
Roger unable to hit that 3.
So I'm sure that's part of their strategy, as long as it comes within the flow of the offense. Don't want to force it too much.
Iverson again, strong drive, kicks it out.
Nice kick out.
Johnson unable to hit.
I mean, he's got to keep shooting that shot. That's a good shot to shoot.
He's found himself wide open a couple of times. There's Dane Brooks, a nice layup again. Able to attack.
Yeah, right now Dane's carrying the Ears. So keep it up, Dane.
Knight with the ball out the top. Pick and roll with Colin McRae and reverse layup, unable to hit.
See, good defense by Thane.
Have the numbers fast break here. Dane Brooks again in transition. Just unable to convert on the alley-oop layup.
He'd convert on that 9 out of 10 times.
And the Jets throw it away. Mountaineers will get possession back. Nice little run there for the Mountaineers.
Starting to feel a run come on now, Brendan, for sure.
Dane Brooks, nice start. He will take a rest on the bench as Alonzo Burden comes back into the game.
It appears the Jets imports are working well with the local players. They're driving, kicking it out, not necessarily forcing everything.
Smith with the ball out of the top, looking for Alonzo Burden, coming off a screen, blocked. Theo, and again he's out on the run, unable to get a clean catch, but Iverson, nice little left-hand layup, unable to convert. Thane with the rebound.
Thane made that a difficult shot by just going straight up, not trying to reach.
And that's what we want to see from Alonzo Burden.
Nice shot, Alonzo.
Three-pointer in transition. 21-23 to the Jets as they will set up in a half-court set. Pick and roll here with Cullen McRae. Knight loves the mid-range game as he pulls up. Little fadeaway and knocks it down.
It's a tidy little player.
Devontae Douglas will set up the Mountaineers offense as he hits Richie Roger. The ball goes baseline, gets back out to Smith. Finds Alonzo Burden. Gets it back into the corner for Douglas. All step back, tough move there.
Looked like he chipped over possibly Thane's.
Iverson with the ball, forces it up, unable to hit. Thane O'Leary with the rebound.
Good defense by Alonzo.
Devontae Douglas again. In the front court, able to hit the layup.
Yeah, I think the Airs are starting to find their rhythm.
And Lucas.
Wow.
Drives the lane.
That might be part of that new rule. So I've got the memo here. I haven't read it yet, but that must be part of the new rule.
So yes, definitely new rules coming in to FIBA. One of them is, well, this has to do with unsportsmanlike fouls in the backcourt with
5 reasons. There are now 5 reasons you can be called for an unsportsmanlike foul. Understanding contact. This has not changed, but there are times when the rule involving contact has not been interpreted correctly. There's that word, interpreted. Open to interpretation.
Oh, absolutely. Mountaineers with a nice little run there. Able to get themselves in a nice little rhythm just by running in transition, I think. Yeah. Able to get some easy ones. It's a good way to get yourself back on track.
Picking up some easy buckets, getting a steal here and there. A couple of easy layups. It's amazing how quickly your energy can pick up.
Trent Adams with the timeout there. 27-23 to the Go Media Jets. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Jets back in the league after a few seasons out. Good to see them back, I reckon.
It is good to see them back.
So Lucas will go to the line.
I mean, we'd like to see more teams, 10, 11, 12. But we certainly understand there's financial constraints. Good to see our Taranaki New Plymouth crowd come out on a Thursday. We understand it's work and school the next day, so we appreciate their support, as always.
Brandon Lucas with 5 points for the Jets. Backdoor play for Devontae Douglas. Nice little move and scores it with a foul. Nice backdoor play there. Good pass by Smith, and
good
Douglas
move. He went up
finish
strong and able to finish and get a foul. So, and one plays are also a way to get you going.
Devontae Douglas
picking up the energy.
Nice pickup for the Mountaineers this season, averaging 24.5 points, 10 rebounds per game. Shoots a really good percentage from the field as he makes the free throw.
Yeah, I think he's got his rhythm.
He is down by 2. Jets with the ball. Knight comes to the top. He played 2-man game with Iverson. It's out to Valentine, who knocks down the 3.
Wow, that's a big shot. He's a veteran.
He's been in the league a long time.
He's been around a long time, so having someone of that experience for a young team is valuable and important.
Burden gets to the rim, and again the Mountaineers finding their rhythm by getting to the rim and getting layups. Oh, nice pass inside to Theo Johnson.
That's a great
The
pass.
layup.
Heads up pass, found him.
Great play there by the Jets.
Seems like the pace is starting to pick up a little.
Tough pass there
Tough pass.
by Thane, but the Mountaineers will keep it.
Sometimes those passes can be just a split second off where he was open, and then by the time the passer realises and passes, then he's not open. So
Yeah.
it's all timing.
Dane Brooks
Good look.
comes back into the game. Richie Roger take a break. Thane O'Leary with the ball at the top. Hands it off to Dane Brooks. Gives it back to Thane. Posts up Douglas, who will shoot it over top of Lucas. Unable to hit. Iverson with the rebound. Gets it out tonight. Jets on the run again. Callum
Yeah,
McRae
it
sets
looks
it.
like the Jets are trying to push the ball.
Early pick and roll. Back
Get it
to
up.
Iverson. Again, he's driving really strong to the rim.
Yes.
Each time he tries and gets it, Darren. Really hard to
He
stop
hasn't
as Dane Brooks
capitalised.
goes back the other way and scores it.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's baskets like that that really get us back into the flow, get us back going. So Mountaineers, Dane Brooks playing
Having a career night so far. As
he is.
contests the shot very well
Very
there. and
efficient.
Smith. Mountaineers will keep the ball.
The Jets may need to keep an eye on Dane.
Dane Brooks with 12 points. Shooting 50% from the field so far. Great job by him.
Yeah, so
Able to come on and give a nice spark. Transition.
let's hope, and I'm pretty confident that he'll be healthy for the remainder of the season. He's had a little bit of a bout with illness. It seems like he's in full flight.
Douglas comes out. Pull up three. Front rim. Nice
Good
rebound.
rebound.
Offensive rebound there by
Foul, they're going to call that. Jump ball.
Travel now. Interesting call there. Looked like this shot was blocked when he went up with it, but the referee still calls a travel.
Calls a travel. Okay.
Not quite sure about that one, D. Shaw, but
Neither am I. And here's that word again, interpretation. So
we had quite a good view from it up here, but nonetheless, the Jets will keep the ball. Mid-range jumper there from Knight.
strong rebound.
Lonzo Burden brings the ball up, played by Lucas. Pulls up and shoots a three in his face, unable to hit. Iverson with another rebound.
Wow, he's cleaning up the boards tonight.
Knight with the ball gets it to the corner. Leo drives the lane. And again, find the guy underneath.
Good
Colin McRae with a
defense.
nice rebound and fouled by Thane O'Leary.
I mean, Thane went up and contested the shot. Contested just enough to make him miss without fouling, so well done.
Well, already, Korean Iverson for the Go Media Jets with 11 rebounds so far, so doing a great job. off the
He'd be
glass.
disappointed in himself when he watches back the tape, because he's missed about 4 layups where he's really
Yep.
he's driven strong to the basket and just hasn't quite found it. So luckily for the Mountaineers, that's been the case. But he's also had pressure on him as well. So
Lucas gets to the rim. Nice layup there over Thane O'Leary. As the Mountaineers run their actions, Smith with the ball at the top. Hands it off to Burden.
I'd like to see them exploit Dano. Looks like he's got a younger player on him.
The Airs will keep the ball. They will have it baseline with 13 seconds left. Some more substitutions for the Airs. Xavier Shaw and Richie Rogers will come in for Devontae Douglas and Thane O'Leary. Devontae still not able to sort of get off in that little patch played there as there's a timeout on the floor.
He's just got to ride it out. He's just got to stay focused and ride it out.
Wow, story of the night so far. The Jets getting out early and often attacking in the fast break and able to get a few offensive rebounds. Able to get out to the early lead. Mountaineers come back off the spark from
Dane Brooks.
Dane Brooks with 12 points, 5 of 9 shooting. Grant Iverson for the Go Media Jets has 6 points and 11 rebounds so far. So, story of the night so far. What do you reckon, Deshaun?
Well, I think Iverson, as mentioned earlier, he'd probably be very disappointed that he's missed about 4 or 5 layups after making a good, strong play. So,
Bit of a scoring,
let's hope.
Yeah, a bit of a scoring spread for the Jets. Lucas has 7, Iverson has 6, 3 for Valentine, 6 for Knight, and 4 guys for the Jets have scored off the bench. So, good sort of scoring output for them.
That's a positive, and again, that's part of the process, I'm sure. Trying to give the bench guys some confidence. And
Javonte Douglas in 8 minutes so far had 2 quick early fouls, so he sat most of that first quarter. Only played around 9 minutes, has 5 points, 2 of 5 shooting for the Airs so far, as they will inbound. 2 seconds left. Alonso has to shoot a tough one, and
tough shot to shoot.
Yeah. Jets will take the ball. Hayes Walker will bring it up for the Jets. Iverson now played by Smith. Callum McRae looking for Hayes Walker at the top. Nice denial there by Alonzo Burden. Knight picks it up. Shaw contests the shot nicely and comes away with the rebound. It's Dane Brooks who loses it. Lucas with the ball now. Tries to Euro step in.
Good play.
Great defensive play there by Richie Roger, who picks up the charge.
Yep.
And a technical foul.
Technical foul on the Jets.
Did he call a technical foul there? No. He just warned of technical foul.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that little situation.
Brooks with the ball. Drives it off. Nice little dish off to Shaw, unable to hit the mid-2. Jets with the ball, 5-point lead, minute 20 left in the first half. Callum McRae out top, hands it off to Knight. Bit of miscue on defense, and another foul by the Augusta Airs will send Callum McRae to the free throw line.
You know, I think you got to be aware when you've got a shot blocker like Xavier Smith, just to not reach so much.
3, 2, 1.
He certainly is a big boy. What is he, 6'10"?
He's 7 foot, so okay. He's coached against him for a few years now, and out of Palmy boys.
Well, I'm sure the Coach Tim and his staff are working with him constantly, and certainly hoping he develops, because he'll play a key role in the future.
Lonzo Burden out top for the Airs with the ball, guarded by Iverson. Shaw and Richie Rogers. Nice little two-man game there as Shaw finishes at the rim.
Good little offensive play there.
Knight looking to probe off the on-ball screen. Another mid-range two, and knocks it down. Loves that sort of mid-range game.
Yes.
Knight
sets it up well off the dribble. Throws the defender off balance and then pulls up quickly.
Burden with the ball at the top. Shaw looks to hand off. Smith thought about shooting it. Gives it to Alonzo Burden. Obviously a good decision.
And a 3, a great decision.
35-39, just under 10 seconds left for the Jets. They will look to take the last shot. It'll be Knight in and out for the Jets, as they will keep it with 1.7 seconds left. See what happens.
Well, we need to stop here.
As the Jets will take time out, they will look to draw up something for the last second. Go Media Jets scorers, Brandon Lucas with 7 points. Deshaun Knight, 3 of 10 shooting, 8 points. Karan Iverson, 6 points, 3 of 13 shooting, along with 12 rebounds. Impressive rebounding effort so far for him. Cullen McRae, 4 points. Hayes Walker with 2, and Theo Johnson with 4 points off the bench. So nice balanced scoring there by the Go Media Jets. Up 39-35 over this Mountaineers squad. Dame Brooks has had a nice impact off the bench. Alonzo Burden has, over the last couple of minutes, made an impact, 9 points. 2 of 3 from the three-point line for him. Xavier Smith with 5 points, with 6 rebounds and 7 assists so far for Richie Rogers. So we'll see what the Go Media Jets drew up here at 1.7 seconds left to go. Hayes Walker comes to the ball. Underneath is nice play, but blocked away by Smith. Nice little play there, just unable to convert. Great defensive play there by Smith as we go into half-time. 39-35 to the Go Media Jets. They got out to an early start, running and gunning, getting to the rim. And we'll soon go down to player interviews. And D. Shaw will be with Ben Valentine to start off. Houston O'Reilly to start off with as we go down to D. Shaw.
Thank you. We're here with point guard Houston O'Reilly. Unfortunately, he's carrying an injury, but in tonight's game, he's acting as an assistant coach. So, Coach, can you give us a bit of an evaluation of the first half thus far?
It's pretty terrible on our behalf, to be honest. I'm pulling my hair out. The boys are just getting disrupted too easily, and they just, starting to blame each other instead of staying together. So hopefully they're in that freaking change room getting a bit of a growling.
I like it. So what do you think we need to do the second half, or the Mountaineers need to do?
To be honest, scrap all our plays and just start going on balls, because that's what everyone's done against us and it's worked, and we can't seem to figure it out. So why not give it a try ourselves, I reckon.
Well, go rack them up, Houston.
Definitely am.
Good to see you.
Thank you for that, D. Shaw, and we will go down now back to you with Ben Valentine from the Go Media Jets.
Big fella, Mr. Valentine, it's good to see you. It's great to see you still in the league. Good to see you. Now, look, we spoke with Coach, and he mentioned a lot about the process, and we've obviously heard that through the Philadelphia 76ers. I think having you, a veteran, is really important, but what can you tell me about the first half? What do you think?
Well, I think, we stayed engaged defensively for long periods of time, and that allowed us to explore offensively, get our offensive going, and it, empowers us to get to the bucket and get the scores and the looks that we want.
We felt watching it that certainly the boys seemed to run some nice sets. The imports were making pretty wise plays. Can you tell me what you think has happened? Well, what's going to happen in the locker room right now? I know Coach is not talking about wins or losses. So what sort of spiel is he giving right now?
We've really got to stick to what we do, and we've really pushed ourselves this week to be better defensively, because we know that's what happens. That's what triggers our offense and gets our guys out going. So I'd say, continual effort on the defensive end. Remember that it's 0-0, and we're going out playing 3-minute blocks and staying focused with 3-minute blocks and continuing to do what we do.
Well said, big fella. Good to see you. All the best in the second half, eh? Take care.
Thank you for that, D. Shaw. The big time Ben Valentine for the Media Jets. Stored in the league for a long time. Halftime now. Halftime score 39-35 to the Go Media Jets. We're going to take a.
How's the wine?
We're going to take a quick break, and we will see you when we get back for the second half.
Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. It's a pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex, it's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun, basketball's a great game.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field? You stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's, authentic New York pizza.
She's on a three-pointer. Come on, Curtis. I want you to hit this, Curtis. Come on, Curtis. I'm going for you, Curtis. Oh, Liana, how you doing? Airborne. Wow. Curtis. Oh, you hit the air. That's the main thing. Come on, Liana. Let's go, Liana. Come on, Curtis. Come on, Curtis. How long to go, Aiden? Awesome ball. Another 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Who's in the lead here? Uh-oh, come on, Curtis. Come on, Curtis. Get in it. Oh. 20 seconds to go. Come on, Curtis. Keep going, buddy. Leano, what are you doing? Who knows? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give them a massive round of applause, Fano. 7:24. Congratulations, Liana. Thank you very much for competing, Curtis. Make sure your dad goes take you to McDonald's. Liana, we'll see you in the third quarter. And the ball, you shoot it from halfway. All right. Thank you, Tony. Fictional's real estate. Yes. Fano, let's give them a massive round of applause again. You can do this in your home game. All you need to do is buy a t-shirt. Get yourself $100 straight away, easy. for $1,000. Thank you very much, team competitors. Absolutely amazing. Your dad wouldn't have done any better, so it's okay.
Welcome back to the TSB Stadium here in New Plymouth at halftime. The Go Media Jets over the Taranaki Mountaineers. I'd just like to thank our sponsors for the NBL this year. Sal's Pizza, authentic New York pizza, as well as the TAB and Molten basketball for the real game. Well, interesting first half there, D. Shaw. Sort of good start there by the Manawatu Jets, getting off early and, you know, playing exciting brand of basketball, getting to the rim and offensive boards and really going for it. Mountaineers struggled to start off with, and big part of that was Deshaun Knight for the Go Media Jets. Did shoot 3 of 11, but made a big impact coming off screens and getting to the rim. And what did you think of his game in the early going?
Well, I thought they all performed pretty well. The Jets, I think they'd be reasonably happy with their performance in that first half. I think there's also room for improvement on their behalf. But what I'm more interested in is seeing how the airs come out. Certainly Houston O'Reilly, our point guard, didn't mince words when we had our interview. I couldn't quite hear everything he said with these air mugs on, or whatever they're called. Yeah, let's see if that's had a difference and if they've had a bit of a rack up, because I thought it was sloppy. There was parts they'd be reasonably happy with, but overall I think they'd be disappointed with that first half. And saying that, we're down by, what is it, 5, is it?
4 points.
4 points.
Yeah, for the Taranaki Mountaineers, a good sign for them, I guess. Was Dane Brooks off the bench, 5 of 9 shooting for 12 points to go along with 2 rebounds for him as well, and you know, was able to get out in transition and score some layups, and made a 3 as well.
He's had a major impact. Right now he's our authentic pizza Sal's MVP, certainly for the Mountaineers. So let's hope he maintains that and picks it up. But I'm looking forward to the second half. I think we'll see a much better improvement from the airs. I think they're going to come out and they're going to be fired up. And I think the Jets, they'll just continue doing what they've been doing. The big fella certainly summed it up in his interview. So it was just focused on doing things the right way.
Yeah, and he talked about sort of going out in blocks, you know, so extend, you know, 3 minutes of energy, and then you make your rotations or whatever, and then that group there has to go for another 3 minutes. And I guess it's a good way of looking at it from a team point of view and getting yourselves going and focusing for that smaller period of time.
And I think that's what they are focused on, just small steps. So within the game, there's plenty of other games. So
definitely.
I'd be interested to see them in a film session. They'd be breaking it down.
Shooting percentages for both teams. The Jets shooting 38% from the field. Mountaineers not too far behind that at 36. Rebounding battle. Definitely on the offensive side for the Jets from the start. They had 6 early ones, but the Mountaineers sort of tidied up in the second quarter of that area of play. 23 total for the Airs and 27 total for the Jets. So Jets with a slight advantage on the boards as well, which is interesting because they don't necessarily have a bigger team than them.
No, I think they'd be disappointed with. I think they are going to focus on rebounding the ball. And so, what's noticed the last 2 games where it appears, and again, I'm using the word it appears, that we're not necessarily getting that 50-50 ball, and that can have a huge impact on the outcome of a game. But we've got Javonte. I think he's going to try and get going in the second half.
What do you think about Houston O'Reilly's thoughts about where the Mountaineers should go with their offense and playing more pick and roll style? And he obviously mentioned that it had worked with other teams, and maybe he thought that you know, the Ears should try some of that and execute some more pick and roll, more get down to basics, I guess, and rather than running a lot of motion.
Well, I'm not quite. I'm sure they've got other plays outside of the motion they run. I know they've got some options off that motion, but there seems to be a lot of dribble handoffs. So he's probably looking more at the traditional, get that on ball. One guy dive hard or pop, and then just look for the shooters. Try to make things happen.
We are 40 seconds away from the second half. Manawatu Jets versus the Taranaki Mountaineers. 39 plays 35.
You know, Brendan, we were talking earlier, and we talked about back in the old days when we used to play, or I used to play, and we started off playing, our shorts were so tiny we almost looked like we were playing in undies. And then we talked about how the evolution went from the undies to kind of Michael Jordan came along and kind of had the longer shorts. Then you had the Fab Five came along, and that was the super baggy shorts. And so a majority of my playing was in the super baggy shorts, which I really like. But there seems to be this new trend heading back towards the tailored look. I know everyone's wearing these skinny jeans. I can't quite work it out. And these skinny jeans are only coming up halfway up their calves. So I'm a bit confused. But I noticed our young fella, Oscar Robinson, I like his style. Seems like he's got a little bit of a, I'm not sure what it is. He rolls up his shorts or
folds them up, and
yeah, I'm certainly.
He's a very unique young man, Oscar Robertson.
He is unique.
Devontae Douglas looks to get to the rim early, and Thane O'Leary misses the right-hand layup.
We've missed a number of those type of shots where we've missed shots where our players would normally make it.
Iverson kicks it out. Three-pointer doesn't go for the Jets. Mountaineers pick up the loose
big
ball.
fella just leaned
once
over.
Again, Devontae Douglas in a nice... Looked like, a nice defensive play there by Iverson for the Jets as they...
so big call
pick up
now.
Offensive foul on Devontae Douglas. That'll be his third.
Yeah, he's likely needs to go back to the bench, or will Trent allow him to play it out?
A tough play there. There was already 3 Jets back, and he sort of decided to go.
Certainly, in hindsight, we thought he may have pulled it out.
Jets playing a lot of pick and roll basketball, and
I mean, that was good to see. That's 50-50 ball, but the big fella, you can't coach 7 foot.
Yeah.
You can't coach 7 foot.
Mountaineers managed to rebound that one. Lonzo Burnham with the ball. Taking his man one-on-one, reverses it now to Thane O'Leary. Devontae Douglas comes off the screen and takes the big man one-on-one, and again tries to get to the rim, and this time converts. Looks like Devontae might have to carry the Ears team on his shoulders offense-wise tonight, as he defends Knight on this end, and they switch up. Thane O'Leary guards him as he goes baseline, kicks it out, and nice three-point shot there.
See, that's a nice play by the Jets. Kick it out.
Lonzo Burden up fakes and reverses the ball. Smith with it now, hands it back off to him. Lonzo looks like they're trying to attack the big man, Cullen McRae. They've gone at him each time so far this quarter, and again able to get the layup.
And sometimes with big fellas, you got to go right at him, right at the middle of the chest, go up strong, get him moving, hopefully draw a foul.
Yep. Trying to attack him and pitch and pick and roll situations, it looks like, as the Ears. Lonzo Burden gets the rebound.
Able to push the rebound.
He pulls up for 3 in transition, in and out, and McRae gets the rebound. 42 plays 39 in favour of the Jets. Again, Knight able to probe inside. Iverson with the ball, throws it away. He's come away with it. Lonzo Burden on the run, throws it up to Smith, who throws it down in transition.
Nice alley-oop, old-fashioned slammer-bammer.
That looked like an old-school Gary Payton. Alley-oop that one to Sean Kemp.
Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, the Rain Man.
Just used to throw it up.
And he'd catch it.
Knight pulls up for 3. Not a good three-point shooter as Knight, as McRae is able to
got to keep that big fella off the board, but that's a nice, I mean, he rebounded, he kept the ball
nice
high.
Pass there by Devontae Douglas.
I think it's going to open up now.
2 dunks in a row for him.
I think we're going to see the game open up a little more.
44-43, 1 point game in favour of the Jets. Gray with the ball now. Hands it off. Knight. Once again, second three of the quarter for
that young fella.
Jake McKinley.
Jake McKinley.
Young Jake McKinley too.
Is he still at school? Is he out
I
of
think
school?
so, yep.
Okay.
17-year-old.
And he looked confident shooting that.
Lonzo Burden comes off the screen, and Smith again and been a nuisance on the offensive boards, but unable to get it.
Yeah. The young fella certainly looked comfortable in that shot.
Lucas able to get all the way to the rim. Once again, the Jets battling, but Mountaineers come away with it, cleaning up on the boards. Svonte Douglas in the corner. Is it back to Lonzo Burden, drives, nice pass off to Smith,
get up
and he
strong,
gets another layup for Smith. So
good basketball. So Xavier's gained 3 quick buckets, and I think he's got his confidence going. I think we look at him a little more. Get him in the post on pick and roll.
Looks like the message in halftime was obvious for the Ears. Go at the basket. As Iverson pivots around, and Smith will be called for the foul. Tough call there on Smith.
I think it's a tough call.
Looks like
he's a shot blocker.
Yeah.
He kept his hands.
Some would argue that it might have been a bailout call there. Iverson was trying to pivot out of that one, and
you've got to be so careful. Well, you've got to be so careful on defense that you just keep your verticality. And I think Thane does that well.
Yeah,
he does it well. Just when you think you may reach over and you get a foul, Thane seems to know when not to do that.
3, 2, 1.
Grant Iverson played a couple of years at College of Memphis and Rhode Island.
Both renowned programs, certainly Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis.
22
Memphis
and a half.
State or?
Just Memphis.
Okay, Memphis.
22 and a half points per game so far this season for him, along with 7 rebounds and 2 steals. Along with that big stat line last round against the Rangers. Thane O'Leary.
So
the ball to
they
Smith.
certainly look like they're trying to deny Alonzo.
Knight with the ball, goes right at Richie Rogers, gets it back. Richie doing a nice job, just keeping in front, not allowing him to get right to the rim. McRae in the post, look for him to go to
come
the
back the right hook.
Nice little hook shot. We've seen a couple of nice hooks from the young big man.
That's old school. He went middle in the first half and put up a left-handed hook, and that was off the backboard of the right. So went to the middle, dropped back to the baseline.
She's looking to go back to Vontae Douglas with top of the key 3, and again Xavier Smith putting his input on this third quarter for the Ears as he gets another easy 2 for them.
Offensive rebounds can change the game.
Jets unable to hit the 3.
Run our offense.
Alonzo Burden with the ball now. Is it back to Douglas? Back to Alonzo Burden. Will shoot the 3 over Cullen McRae. Front rim in. Lucky
splash.
bounce there.
Not quite a splash, but we'll take it.
Definitely take it. 50-51 in favour of the Jets still. Once again, Knight with that pull-up jumper, unable to hit. Thane O'Leary with the rebound, gives it to Burden, who takes it up against Lucas, and he will shoot a pull-up 3. Real aggressive this quarter here for Alonzo Burden.
Certainly looking for his shot, that's for sure.
McKinley, who's hit a couple of 3s this quarter, gets his own rebound and
Xavier Smith's got some nice length in his arms. He's certainly creating havoc on defense.
Xavier Smith, 11 points, 6 rebounds. He's had a nice start to this quarter with 3 layups and a putback. Dane Brooks into the game.
You know, I think our coaches, the Ears coaches, certainly want the Mountaineers to make a strong run here. I'm not sure they'd like it to be this close with 24 seconds left, or 8 seconds. So let's see if the boys can make a good run, the Mountaineers.
Alonzo Burden and Xavier Shaw also into the game. For the Ears, 2-man game here. Alonzo Burden gets right to the rim. Gets it back out to Dane Brooks, who drives, pulls it back out.
He's certainly looking to attack.
Alonzo Burden, little pull-up jumper off the glass, scores it.
He's certainly looking aggressive.
We have seen a different attitude here from the
yes.
Mountaineers team so far. And the zone
Important
defense
right now.
now, it looks like, for the Ears.
And the Ears certainly need to get a stop, get a rebound.
Heston Knight shoots a tough shot from the corner, one dribble pull-up with the hand in his face, unable to hit.
That was a tough shot.
Burden with the ball. Shaw sets a screen for him. He goes baseline, kicks it out to Dane Brooks, who drives again, kicks it out to Devontae Douglas, who gets it back to
Good ball
Burden in the
movement.
corner, knocks it down.
Splash! Now that was a splash. That was good ball movement.
Timeout to the Go Media. Oh no timeout here.
So good decisions. I think the Ears have got to push it right now and get intense.
Ears have been attacking so far this quarter, 55-51 now in favour of the Ears. 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
So I think the Ears are going to pick it up on defense. They got to get it going. Still maintain their cool.
Zone defense here again for the Ears.
A little bit of that mongrel, that dog.
As Iverson hits, looked like a long two.
And that can be a silencer. Shots like that can certainly silence
Most definitely.
the crowd.
Nice slip screen there by Xavier Shaw. Kicks it out to Dane Brooks, who's had a good game for the Ears and can't hit the little floater in the key. Hayes Walker will bring it up for the Jets as they look to go inside to Cullen McRae.
Give it to the big fella. Let him have a go.
Xavier doing a nice job defending him, but Knight able to get to the baseline and hits off the glass. Devontae Douglas with the ball.
Still
for the
running
Ears.
sets. Take it.
Smith, spin jumper in the lane. Nice little touch there by the big man. Knight
Love to see a little lefty hook.
Oh, nice pass there. Knight to Iverson.
Well, you certainly see Houston, he's certainly standing up. He's
Trying to rally the boys.
trying to
Always
encourage,
thought-
get him going.
Always thought that Houston was one of the great leaders of this Mountaineers squad. Always very vocal, very passionate young man, and what you really want in a point guard communicates and is basically the coach on the floor for his team. And
You certainly need a point guard. Your point guard is your coach. He is the extension of the coach, so it is important.
Rogers looks to go baseline. It's it off for Xavier Shaw. He kicks it back out. Richie Thane flashes to the high post. Shoots a little floater and hits in the high post. 59-57 to the Mountaineers. Close game here at Taranaki as Lucas shoots the three, unable to hit. Mountaineers cleaning up on the rebounds this quarter.
Yeah, they've certainly tidied up the rebound area.
Oh,
Go strong.
Good take there by Richie Roger. Gets it blocked by the big man. As we see,
I thought the big young fella's done a good job.
he has done a really good
Yeah,
job,
I
hasn't
think
he?
he's done well.
Valentine
There's the veteran.
spells him. See what the Ears do here. Looks like the Manawatu Jets in a zone defense themselves. As Xavier Shaw flashes. A nice high-low there. Thane kicks it back out to Alonzo Burden. Roger swings it to Dane Brooks, who has to shoot the ball. Shot clock running down. Nice offensive rebound there by Xavier Shaw. Blows the layup.
He's got to convert on that.
Iverson with the ball. Hayes Walker cuts right to the rim. Kicks it out. Deshaun Knight once again pro and kicks it out. Now Hayes Walker looks to take Dane Brook. He shoots the three instead up front rim. Iverson tries to save it. Shaw ends up with it. Gives it up to Lonzo Burden. And seems to be a problem here.
Technical issue. Well, the Ears need a score here.
59-57 in favour of the Ears. So we see a nice
Still a
turnaround
close
from them
game.
from the half-time break.
Just when you think they may pull away, the Jets just hang around.
8 seconds left in the quarter. Lonzo Burden will look to shoot a tough three, blocked by Lucas, and they will hold to end that third quarter.
59-57.
Folks, it looks like we're going to be in for another close
We
one
may
tonight,
be in
brother.
for another close one.
Good quarter there by Xavier Smith for the Ears. 15 points now, 7 of 14 shooting to go along with 8 rebounds and a couple of blocks for him as well, as Lonzo Burden looks very aggressive shooting the ball from 3. 19 points, 7 of 13 shooting. It's 53%, 4 of 7 from downtown. It'll go along with 4 points, 3 rebounds. Saw a turnaround and just the body language and the style that they were playing, the Mountaineers being more aggressive.
Well, I think
to the rim.
Alonso certainly came out and certainly looked like he was being more aggressive in terms of looking for his opportunities and looking for his shots. So let's see what happens here. But we could be in for another close one. But between you and I, Brendan, I'd rather not be so close. It gets a little bit excited, and you got to remember that we're on the mics and we got to say appropriate things.
Absolutely. 2 big scorers for the Go Media Jets, Deshaun Knight and Karan Iverson. 10 points for Knight, 12 points for Iverson. What do you think? How do you think the Mountaineers have done defending those 2 so far?
I think they've done a reasonable job. I don't think they'd be overly happy about it. Obviously on defense, you just want to make it tough for them. So for those type of players, and I think Iverson's missed a few shots that he'd be upset with himself that we spoke about earlier. So I think it's making it difficult for them, making it hard for them to get their points. So making them work for it. But they've played very smart, I believe. And they haven't forced too many shots. I mean, I think there was that corner shot by the Jets that awesome when it goes in, but they're the kind of shots that your Steph Currys and your Kyrie Irvings make, but they also can be difficult when they don't go in. But I'm sure he's practiced that, so he's got plenty of reps.
Points in the paint for both teams. Taranaki Mountaineers with 36 points in the paint. Jets with 30. Second chance points, 10 for the Jets and only 2 for the Ears. So that could be telling and coming into the fourth quarter here as the Jets will start with the ball to start off the fourth quarter. Iverson will look to play one-on-one against Smith as he shoots a long pull-up. Just a 2 there. Ties the game up.
You know, in actual fact, those shots can be killers because it's a long 2. And that's probably one of...
Svonte gets his own rebound, unable to corral it properly though. Hayes Walker gives it to Knight. Pull-up 3 in transition. Not a great three-point shooter as Knight.
I've been impressed with Iverson, how he's going for the rebounds, making it difficult, following it up. I think he's tripped over the ref. I hope the ref's okay.
Deshaun Knight for the Jets is 0 of 5 from 3-point, 0 of 6 from 3-point range tonight. He only shoots 19% from the 3-point line, so I guess the Mountaineers happy with him shooting those type of shots.
I think they would be. I think he's looking more to maybe give a pump fake and take it to the rack or pull up for those shorter 2s. So when they're shooting that percentage, you don't necessarily have to close out as hard or run them off the 3-point line. So 59-59.
Mountaineers with the ball. We'll see what they go to here in the half-court set. Dane O'Leary, quick handoff, Vontae Douglas, and into an on-ball in the middle of the court. G. Rogers gets it back to Thane O'Leary, who looks at a nice spin move there by the big man and gets the nice roll off the front of the rim.
He's playing really well. He's
playing with a lot of confidence, especially coming off Sunday's game where he had a really good, a lot of minutes as well as a good game for him. So as they answer with a 3 from Lucas.
(62-62). Handoff, screen down.
Richie Rogers with the ball at the top. Dropped down pass to Smith, who couldn't handle it. Gets on the run and
caught a foul.
Foul there stops the fast break for the Jets.
Are the Airs in foul trouble? Yes.
No major. I think it looks like 3
Devontae.
for Devontae.
How the Jets
else,
looking?
Everyone else is, Burden has 2, along with Dane Brooks has 2.
So that's no
3 for Brandon Lucas, who's been defending the main guys for the Jets team, and 2 for Cullen McRae. So no real foul trouble for both teams.
So.
Hayes Walker gives it to
Well, they
Iverson.
can give it all this quarter. Play hard, go for it.
Mountaineers have definitely done a better job cleaning up the defensive boards on their part of it, as Smith gets the ball in the low block. Thane O'Leary looks to play handoff game with Javonte Douglas, who shoots the 3 and unable to hit. Hayes Walker with the rebound, will take it up himself. Young man out of Palmerston North Boys High School. Again, Knight with that dribble pull-up front run for him. Javonte Douglas with the rebound. Dane Brooks again in the lanes and just loses it there, unable to control the dribble.
I think both teams just really important now. We're coming down to crunch time, so composure, execution of your plays, and protecting the ball.
Yeah, we definitely...
Turnovers are crucial.
Yeah, we definitely saw from our last game with the Airs, we would make a great defensive play down one end, but then end up turning it over down the other end. So something that I hope, and I think that Trent Adams has looked at in the game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's certainly looked at that aspect. And it just changes the feel. You make a great play, great defensive play, you come down, everyone's the juices are flowing, and then all of a sudden someone comes and gets a steal and it just deflates you. So I'm sure they're in there drawing up their plays, telling the players to keep calm, keep composed. At times like this, you know, you rest on offense. It's defense. On the defense end is where you've got to really get after it, be smart, put that pressure on and make it difficult for them to pass, box out and secure the rebounds. That's for both teams.
Biggest lead for the Taranaki Mountaineers has only been 4 points. For the Manawatu Jets, they were up 12 at one point. Taranaki Mountaineers were able to come back.
Yeah, we've also got to note and remember that we've got 2 starters out. One of the imports is Houston O'Reilly.
Yeah, definitely a show of character for this Mountaineers team. We saw it on Sunday with their bench guys stepping up, just unable to get over the hump now and get the win, but looking for it tonight for the Airs to right that wrong.
Players are getting valuable minutes, the bench players.
Devontae Douglas was up 3, back rim, and Xavier Smith.
Oh. You saw him he gave him a little nudge there.
Yeah.
Gave him a little nudge.
I don't think coach will mind that, being aggressive on the offensive boards.
Gave him a little nudge. I'm just wondering if Xavier Smith will pull out the Jack Sickman move. The inside pivot. For our viewers, if you don't know Jack Sickman, please go to Auntie Google and ask. Good defense.
Mountaineers with the ball in transition. Devontae Douglas unable to get into a good scoring rhythm here. Smith with the ball, played by Valentine. Pulls up and shoots the mid-2. Unable to hit. No change in score, 62 to the Jets, 61 to the Airs. Knight played by Brooks.
6:51. You got the veteran on at this time. Big Mr. Valentine. Well, that looked like a little bit of a walk.
Corner kick out. Unable to hit.
Nice rebound. He's skied for that.
Danes Brooks.
He secured that.
Oh, and Douglas throws it right to the Manawatu bench.
Those players are coach killers.
Just a little miscommunication there as to where they were going and who was supposed to be where. And
it was just the timing. Obviously, he made a back cut. 61-62.
Young fella Cullen McRae comes on for Valentine.
This So this is a good test for the Jets as well. I mean, we've talked about the process, we've talked about the rebuilding.
Both
That's a
teams,
nice little shot there.
both teams with a 1-3 record.
So this will certainly move 1 to 2 and 3.
And Brooks, aggressive move to the rim, gets it stolen. Iverson looking to get it right to the rim. Nice tip out there by Thane.
He's missed about 6 of those little. So I think he'll look back at this and be a little bit disappointed.
Thane O'Leary hands it off to Alonzo Burden, who goes back the other way.
See, Alonzo's certainly looking to create.
Just trying to shoot it amongst the trees there, and again gets called for a travel.
That was tough. As we stated earlier, you can't teach 7 foot.
No, definitely not. Tough shot there. There were 3 guys around him, but no real kick-out pass.
If we had the instant replay again, we'd have a look and see if there was someone that he could have kicked it out to.
Yeah. Timeout here on the floor, 64-61 to the Manawatu Jets. 5:44 left to go in the fourth and final quarter.
Is that Daryl Jones on the bench? That is Daryl Jones. I'm talking about for the Jets, a long-time NBL player. So played for Hawke's Bay. I think he's played for a number of teams, Otago. So he's a veteran. He's obviously providing some experience. Not sure, has he played?
No.
Okay. They're not sure if he's injured or if again we're going with the process.
He's at 1:45.
Okay. So DJ certainly had some game in his heyday. But good to see him still playing, and he's obviously helping out.
As a team,
the
the Manawatu Jets for the season are shooting 75% from the free throw line.
Okay.
They have not missed tonight, so could this get into a close battle of the, at the end of the
possibly
end of the fourth quarter?
Possibly.
Manawatu definitely with an advantage there at the free throw line, able to knock down shots.
I'm sure both coaches will be hoping to have their informed 5 out at its crucial time on the floor.
Mountaineers again in his own defense. As they trap in the corner, nice trap there.
That's a good trap. So it looked like
as he gets the ball back, again unable to hit the three.
Nice little defensive sequence. Secured the rebound.
Alonzo Burden pulls up for a deep 3, unable to hit. Xavier Shaw, the only one on the boards there for the Ears. Iverson looking to go good deep. Oh, it's tough call there.
I think that's a tough call
there on Xavier Shaw. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
It appeared Xavier may have anticipated he was going there. So,
yeah.
Look, we're going to have to read up on the new interpretations of the.
I don't think any of the
understanding contact.
The new rules have anything to do with that one. I'm sorry, mate.
And I'm not sure that'll help us any.
Nice little crossover move, gives it right to Callum McRae, who gets his own rebound, puts it back up with the left hand, unable to hit the second time. Thane O'Leary takes it out himself. This is it off
big
to
fella
Alonzo
would like
Burden.
to make that.
As Douglas, the ball at the top, a little horn screen action as he crosses over, gets right to the rim himself and finishes.
Okay.
Much needed score there by Devontae
Much
Douglas.
needed score. 63-64 to the Jets.
4.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Once again, Knight probing off that screen, kicks it out.
Rotation.
Theo Johnson, a couple of threes in the first half. Again, McRae with the rebound, and again, unable to hit the putback. Alonzo Burden.
I mean, the big fella's been in the right place at the right time.
Thane O'Leary, nice kick to Xavier Shaw. Front rims the three-pointer in transition. Manawatu here will have another chance to go up as Iverson with that long 2 puts them up by 3. Here's Richie
Dribble
with the ball.
handoff, our motion offense. Here's it on screen.
Devontae Douglas goes right at the big man, and
what call are they making?
The referees will
They
call
called
a
have they?
foul
Okay.
on Cullen McRae. And Bears will keep the ball, and I think they will have it on the baseline.
63-66. 3
McRae-
minutes, 38.
Cullen McRae just arguing there that he was straight up and not down. I guess it's hard to stay straight up when someone's barreling into your stomach there. As Devontae Douglas will go to the free throw line and knock down his first.
It's a challenge to win the debate against the refs, that's for sure. Oh, Dallas has been reffing a long time. He was reffing back when we used to play, so certainly longevity's on his side.
Second shot made for Devontae Douglas.
We're in for a game.
Another close one here.
Pressure the big fella.
TSB Stadium as they
Double.
do. They
look like they're double. Trapping, double teaming.
Knight again. Great defense. Nice contest there on the shot, but even better shot there by Deshaun Knight.
That's good defense by Richie. You got to live with that shot. You couldn't ask for better defense.
As Douglas will force up a
Certainly
spin
look like
move.
he's going.
Tough spin move
68,
there
65.
by Douglas there. Just unable to hit and unable to get his own rebound. Once again, Knight pulling up from mid-range. Battle on the boards. McRae ends up with
The
it.
big fella's done a good job for the Jets.
Three-pointer in the corner by Iverson. Oh, and a big tip in there
That's
by
a big
Lucas.
play.
What a tip. Gets right above the rim.
You could actually see it. It looked like it was in slow motion.
Richie Rogers answers
Nice.
with a three-pointer of his own.
The Airs needed that. That was a big offensive play.
Moisture on the
by
court
the
here
Jets.
stops the play, but 2 minutes 40 left in the fourth quarter. Airs down by 2. Called it, didn't we? Close game here. Wow, that was a big tip.
It was a big
He
tip.
got great height on that one.
Great height, great timing. But a good answer by the Airs with
Definitely
the three.
able to find Richie Rogers in transition, and he lined up the three and knocked it in.
Not sure they're going to the young fella just at this time.
It's like they'll
They'll want him to get on the boards.
Yeah.
Tip it out like he's been doing. So
Knight looks like he's trying to take over for
your day
this
will
Jets
come,
team.
big fella. Keep developing that hook shot.
It'll be interesting to see where it'll look like Devontae Douglas and Thane O'Leary will play two-man game at the top.
Give
Lonzo
it a
Burden.
go. Yeah, that's Alonzo's shot.
Oscar Oswald
He's got
was
a very
defending in
smooth shooting motion.
that possession.
68-70.
Airs need a stop here. Iverson with the ball at the top. Switching defense by the Airs. Again, a tough two by the Jets.
Good defense by the Airs, a tough two. Forced
Exactly.
a very difficult shot.
Exactly what the Mountaineers needed. Now they just need to convert on this one.
We need to convert, need to capitalise and get another stop and just break it down into possessions. Get a stop, convert.
Smith tries to hand off. Dane O'Leary getting clutch minutes here. Devontae Douglas
Splash!
shoots the three to put them up
That's
one.
a three. We called that shot all the way.
Big shot for the Mountaineers.
Big shot by. Now we've got to get a stop.
The Jets want to answer
The
here.
Airs need to get a stop here.
Once again, Knight will
Pick
control
and
the ball.
roll.
Gets right to the rim. Straight up as Smith. Good
Straight
defensive
up.
play there by the Airs as Devontae Douglas. Nice ball pulled through
Yes,
movement. Scores it and one.
And one, right in time. 1 minute to go.
Two big plays there
Two
by
big
Devontae
plays.
Douglas.
We got three big plays. One was a good defensive play by Xavier Smith. He remained vertical and then we were able to run. And Javonte made it and one.
Timeout here by the Manawatu Jets. Great sequence of
Great
plays.
little sequence. I think the momentum's with the Mountaineers. It'll be interesting to see how the Jets and their process will answer.
It looks like they've gone to their imports quite a few times in this last 3 minutes. The Manawatu Jets have, and just looking to shoot the pull-up twos, and hasn't really worked so far for them.
And I've got a feeling Coach Tim will be looking for maybe a better shot. However, I've got a feeling the same two imports will certainly shoot the ball. Iverson.
For the Taranaki Mountaineers, Javonte Douglas now 14 points, 5 of the 13 shooting, to go along with 13 rebounds for him. Xavier Smith having a good game as well with 15 points, and Alonzo Burton with 19 and 6 rebounds.
It's going to be a difficult game or difficult time for us to select the Sal's Authentic Pizza player of the game.
Looks
well,
like,
let's see what happens in this minute.
Yeah,
this
definitely. If the Mountaineers
point.
team can keep on top, you've got to look at someone like Alonzo Burton with 19 points. Has had a good game.
Certainly come up big in the second half. So
the Manawatu Jets come away. It looks like Kyle Iverson has had a really good game with 16 points and 15 rebounds.
He makes a shot here. We go up by 4. The Airs get a stop. Looking promising.
Oh. Doesn't.
Okay. Let's see what Jets going to. What they're looking to run here.
It's like two-man game here. Knight has the ball.
Looks like they're going to double.
Keeps it. They swing the ball into the corner. Iverson looks to drive baseline. Nice little pass there to Valentine. Unable to hit off the backboard. And call on the player. Looks like there'll be a foul call.
We'll take that.
On number
reasonable play. The big fella, the big
Iverson.
veteran, just fell a little short. He makes that. We're up by 1, so.
Pressure here by the Manawatu Jets. The Mountaineers need to get it over half court.
Ooh,
tough
close.
pass there by the Airs, but they will keep it over halfway. 32 seconds left on the clock. Mountaineers up by 3.
Timeout called.
Timeout called by Trent Adams, key coach of the Taranaki Mountaineers. Probably just looking to get a good set here and
good set, a good
secure a lead by a score.
You think he'll look to run out the clock or just take a good shot when it's there?
Well, I assume they'll have. I'm not sure how much time was left on that shot clock. Was just tipped out of bounds, so there's definitely no reset. So they will definitely use as much clock as they can, I would say.
And certainly look for a good shot. But I think they'll look to maybe use the clock. However, if a layup or something like that presents itself, then you need to take it. But,
definitely been the Javonte Douglas show the last couple of possessions here for the Airs. So we'll see if it gets in his hands again and let him create at the end of the shot clock.
Well,
the Jets don't foul. Would you foul here if you're the Jets, or would you play one more possession with a chance to win it down the other end?
Yeah, I think I'd go for the knuckle down, play that defense. I think they're going to be aggressive, maybe look for a steal. But I'm not sure what they'll do. I don't think they need a foul just yet.
They have 4, so the next time they do foul, they will. The Airs will be shooting.
So I think they're looking to aggressive. Okay, yeah.
So it looks like
so
the
we're
Airs
going to be patient.
Yep.
They're going to clear out, play.
Monte Douglas with a pull-up 3. Short runs at Thane O'Leary, almost with the offensive board. Jets come away with it. A 3 here would tie it for them. 14 seconds left. And airball there by Knight, and Cray with a nice job throwing it off the leg of Xavier Smith. So the Jets will keep it with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Plenty of time here to get a good look.
Baseline out of bounds.
You think they'll go for a certain 2, a quick 2?
Or? I think they would look at if they can get a quick 2, definitely go for it and then foul.
Then foul straight away.
They can take up foul and you'll get about 6 seconds left on the clock, and chance for the Airs to go down and ice it. But yeah, I guess we'll see what they come up with here.
Well, 9 seconds.
Definitely a lot of time left in a basketball match.
Do you think Trent's going to come out and give him a zone look, or do you think he'll stick with the man and switch on the screen?
Yeah, it will definitely be a gutsy move coming out in zone at this time of the game, wouldn't it? It's definitely worked in certain situations before in games I've seen, coming out in the zone at the end of the game when the opposing coach has
run up play for
a man-to-man. So. Exciting basketball here Thursday night at the TSB Stadium here in New Plymouth. 9.6 seconds left. Mountaineers up by 3, 73-70 over the Manawatu Jets, who have the ball on the baseline.
And the Mountaineers are certainly on the right side in terms of they're the ones that are up, so that's positive. We've had 4 exciting games, but let's see what the outcome is. So let's have a look, see what the Jets are looking to run here.
They get the ball to Lucas at the top. He will shoot the 3 right in the face, and looks like there's a foul call.
Nice.
On the rebounding action, Dane Brooks was fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
That foul was called on. Sorry, Brendan, was
looks like it was number 3, Iverson, 33, Iverson.
Okay.
Dane Brooks can.
Xavier Smith.
No, it would be Xavier Smith who was fouled.
I got a feeling he's going to knock both of these down. Then we'll just run out the clock.
Looking to ice the game as he hits the first. And hits the second as well.
Just run it out. Run it out. Well done to the ears.
Taranaki Mountaineers come away with the win over the Manawatu Jets. Leading scorers for the Taranaki Mountaineers, Alonzo Burden with 19. Devontae Douglas with 16 and 13 rebounds. Xavier Smith, 15 points, 10 rebounds. The Go Media Jets, Brandon Lucas with 12. Karan Iverson with 16 and 17 rebounds. Deshaun Knight with 14 points, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Good job for the Mountaineers to come away with a win after being down 12 early in the game. Able to come back and get the win. Showing great character after losing 3 in a row. Able to give this home crowd a nice win as they huddled in the middle of the floor. Definitely a game of halves as the Mountaineers came through in the second half with a better attitude and being more aggressive at the rim. Just like to thank our NBL sponsors this year, Sal's Authentic New York Pizza, the TAB and Molten Basketball. Our Sal's MVP for tonight is Alonzo Burden, who had a good game for the Taranaki Mountaineers, especially in the second half. 19 points for him, 7 of 16 shooting, 4 of 9 from three-point range to go along with 6 rebounds, 3 assists in 34 minutes for his team, as we will go down to D. Shaw, who has Alonzo Burden with him.
Is there a charity?
Okay, thank you. We're here with the Mountaineers off-guard shooting guard Alonzo Burden. Alonzo, another tough game, another nail biter. We felt it was a real team effort, and we could have probably given the MVP to a number of players, but we felt that you came on in that second half and were looking more aggressive. So congratulations. I know you'll work out that charity you're going to give it to, but can you comment on the game and just give us your views?
Palmerston came out and played really well, and we were a bit sluggish in the first half. We went into the locker room, we talked about playing our game of basketball, upping the tempo, pushing the ball. So we came out and we started the half really well, and it led to a good win. It's good to get a win.
It was exciting. Congratulations again. Just one more question. Hopefully we can get the team back and healthy, and obviously a lot of the younger players have had some valuable court time. But are you looking forward to the next few weeks, and what's on your mind in terms of the Mountaineers moving forward?
Oh, of course. Like, we are down a couple of players, so now we have a week to get Huey and Roger better. You know, 2 men down, 2 of our starters. So we have a week to prepare for a tough South Island double hitter. But yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully we get a bit of confidence going in a bit of a streak. Yeah.
Well done, Alonso, and a good team effort. Okay, good team effort.
Thank you there to Alonso Burden, leading scorer there for the Taranaki Mountaineers tonight. Good game here, nice close game here for the Taranaki Mountaineers v the Palmerston North Jets, as the Jets have now lost 4 of their 5 games so far. And now coming up on NZNBL basketball tomorrow night, you'll see the Wellington Saints versus the 2 cheap City Rangers at TSB Arena in Wellington. On Sunday 20th of May, you'll see the Rangers again versus the Canterbury Rams. So 7 p.m. Sunday 20th of May, the Jets will play again against the Nelson Giants, and Thursday 24th of May, you'll see the Southland Sharks versus the Rangers. And talked about Huey with the, Alonso Burden with the Taranaki Mountaineers. Talked a lot about the injuries that the team has had during the weekend. They go off to a doubleheader next weekend, Southland and Nelson, and the team obviously looking to recover injury-wise and get back on to winning form again after tonight's win, and go and do the same down the South Island. Those road trips are always tough, especially going down South D Shore, and hopefully they can all get recovered and injury-free and be ready to take on those 2 teams.
Yeah, the number 1 priority for the Airs is to get healthy. I think, as we talked about earlier, these players got some valuable minutes, and I think that's like banking it, and they'll be able to deposit later on down and withdraw, later on down the season. So exciting. I think we could have given that MVP to a number of players. I think Javonte came on in that period, the 4th quarter. I thought Xavier Smith did some good things. So it was a real team effort. So we did have a difficult time trying to select the MVP, but that's always good.
This Manawatu Jets side is definitely very young, but definitely promising. You know, I've seen them a couple of times on the live stream, and they're definitely improving game by game, as you would like to see with these young type of teams. What do you think about their team this far?
Yeah, I liked what I saw. To be honest, I liked their sets. I thought they were reasonably composed, and I thought a couple of the younger fellas stood out. Can't quite name them yet, so I apologise to the Manawatu Jets that situation. But I like the big fella. I thought he had an impact on the game. So they've just got to take week by week, as they alluded to, and keep looking to improve. But again, it was a close game, so we enjoyed it.
And that'll be us for this afternoon. Tonight's game, Taranaki Mountaineers versus the Manawatu Jets. Ears coming away with a 75-70 victory over the Jets. My name's Brendan Baxter, along with Darren Shaw, and we will see you next time.
I look forward to it. Thank you.